Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and I'm here to do another little bit of rumor control regarding the MonsterVerse. Admittedly, this one hasn't gotten too out of control, but before it does, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. A big deal has been made recently about the movie Ready Player One, which basically is in concept similar to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. At least insofar as taking every conceivable recognizable character you can think of and cramming them all into a single movie. It has to do with virtual reality somehow. I haven't actually read the book upon which the movie is based and haven't been following the movie itself all that closely, but yeah, seems like it would probably be a gigantic nerd fest. I'll probably check it out at some point. However, it has led to some rumors regarding the MonsterVerse. So, here's the thing. In the original book, there are apparently a bunch of popular tokusatsu characters who show up in it. Not just kaiju, but also characters like Ultraman. Last time I checked, it was confirmed that Ultraman isn't in the film and his role has been replaced by the Iron Giant, but apparently Mechagodzilla definitely is in the film. According to some reports, so are Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Megalon, Gamera, Gigan, and Clover. Yes, the Cloverfield monster. I just cannot seem to escape it no matter how hard I try. Now this has led some people to wonder if perhaps this is a sign of the MonsterVerse's future. I mean, we know Godzilla and King Ghidorah are already there, but Megalon, Clover, Gigan, Gamera, and Mechagodzilla? Those are new. Well, new for the MonsterVerse, if indeed this is where things are going. However, I'm just here to tell everyone, let's not jump the gun. I'm not saying it's impossible, and there's a good reason why, but we can't officially say anything is definite. See, here's the thing. First and foremost, Ready Player One has nothing to do with the MonsterVerse at all, which I think is obvious, but just to be clear, it really doesn't have a connection. I have seen one video, not naming names because I don't want to shame this person, but I have seen one video claiming this is evidence that Legendary has acquired the rights to these specific monsters. This is not true because Legendary has nothing to do with Ready Player One either. The only connection Legendary still has with Warner Brothers at this point is producing the MonsterVerse. And since I already established the MonsterVerse has no connection to Ready Player One, well, you can guess the rest. This is of course a Warner Brothers production, and Warner Brothers potentially has acquired those rights, and I'll be coming back around to that in a moment, but first things first. See, I don't think we can just assume that because these monsters are appearing in Ready Player One, that automatically means they will appear in the MonsterVerse. Their appearance here could very well just be a one-time thing. Since I brought it up earlier, let's compare it to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That was a Disney production, technically Touchstone, but Touchstone is a division of Disney. As anyone who has seen the movie can tell you, there are Looney Tunes characters in it from Warner Brothers. This is because a deal was worked out for the Looney Tunes to appear in that film specifically. It did not mean they would be appearing in any other production Disney wanted them for. The deal was for that film, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and no other, with potential to work things out for that sequel we never got. I wonder if we ever will get it. That's a topic for another day. Anyway, that is quite possibly what we're looking at here. A deal was worked out so that these kaiju, as well as every other character who does not belong to Warner Brothers originally, could appear in this Warner Brothers production, but that doesn't extend beyond Ready Player One. Realistically, I do believe this is the most likely scenario. However, that doesn't mean I think we should just write it off completely. Remember how I said I'd circle back around to how Ready Player One is a Warner Brothers production, and therefore Warner Brothers is the studio that worked out the deal with Toho in order to get these creatures? Well, minus Clover and possibly Gamera, depending on where the rights currently lie with him. Okay, so here's the caveat which might actually mean this rumor does have merit. Again, I'm not saying this is a definite thing, but it is a possibility. Since it is with Warner Brothers that Toho has the deal for producing the MonsterVerse, that could potentially lead to something. I still believe that the deal between Warner Brothers and Toho states that Megalon, Gigon, Mechagodzilla, and possibly Gamera, again depending on where the rights lie with him, only extend to Ready Player One at the moment. But if Ready Player One does well, if the two studios use this as a potential measurement to see how these monsters are received, if they determine based on Ready Player One that perhaps these monsters have a place in the American cinematic landscape, well, there is potential for that deal to be expanded upon. And most of the work is already done in that regard. Now again, I want to make it very, very clear, this is not a definite, hence why this video is rumor control. It's very possible that either Toho or Warner Brothers would have a reason to not bring in these other monsters. What I'm saying is, don't hold your breath in anticipation for this announcement, but sometimes 1 in a million shots do happen. At this point, assume the deal applies exclusively to Ready Player One and nothing else. If that changes, we will know soon enough. The only other thing I have left to say before ending this is to remind you all of the charity I am currently a part of, Kaiju vs. Cancer. I've provided a link to my promotional video explaining this charity in detail in the description and in the comments section. Just follow the links if you haven't already. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off.